Hi everyone, I'm Chrissy Hernandez and I wanted to tell you a little bit about my project that I did for this class. I worked with an organization called Causa Justa, or Just Cause. Apologize for the really bad accents there. From here on out I'm just going to call the organization Just Cause. Um, this is an organization based here in San Francisco and Oakland where they've devoted their time to two main causes, one being housing and tenants' rights, and the other being immigration. Immigration is where I felt the most passion, and that's where I decided to spend most of my time on this project. I wanted to give you all a little bit of background about me so that you knew where this was coming from. I got married at age 19 to my husband, who is an immigrant from Mexico. And over the course of 8 years, we went through the immigration process where we had to go to several interviews to prove that we were an actual couple, to court hearings where we had to plead our case in front of a judge. We had to meet with lawyers and pay a lot of different fees. We had to file different paperwork. It was incredibly stressful, and at age 20, I actually developed an ulcer for the first time in my life. Very scary process, but we made it through, which was very exciting. And in 2010, my husband received his citizenship. Let's see, I want to say it was about 2009. We were laying in bed one morning, it was about 5 a.m., and we heard a loud knock on the door. And ICE had actually surrounded our entire apartment and were asking to come in. They came in, had my husband and I sit on our couch while they searched our entire apartment to see if there was anybody else living there. And were questioning my husband, whose name is a very common name for Latino men. And they had the case of mistaken identity where they thought somebody else with the same name was living in our apartment. Luckily, they had a picture of that man so they could tell that my husband was not the person they were looking for. But it was still a very scary experience. And as you saw from Teodora's video earlier in my presentation, mistaken identity is one way where people are detained and deported unlawfully. So that's where my personal experience came from with this. But being around other people going through immigration, it's something that I feel very passionate about, needs to change, and that we need to make this a more inclusive and friendly process. So this project, after talking to Just Cause for a number of days, I found that there was going to be an immigration rally here in San Francisco on April 10th. It was actually a nationwide rally, and we had a version here. So I got to attend the rally, which was amazing. I've never been to one before, and the amount of energy and passion that is expressed at those rallies is just incredible to be around. At the rally, I got to meet some of the Just Cause folks face to face rather than over the internet. And I got to ask them, how can I best use my time and my efforts to support their cause? They asked me to help promote some of their upcoming events that were going to make a big difference for immigrants in the future. So one of those happened on April 22nd, and that was a call-in day where the county board of supervisors held a meeting on the 23rd to determine if they were going to continue what they call safe communities. This is a program in which anybody that is arrested for any crime, whether it be just a possession of a single marijuana cigarette to breaking and entering or anything more severe, can be detained by ICE. Afterwards, the sheriff or the police department can run their immigration status and send that to ICE. This is not a federally required process, yet the County of Alameda was participating in this, and that's where many of the families being broken apart that Theodora speaks about is happening. So there was a call-in day to talk to the supervisors, urging them to end the Safe Communities program. And then there's also another march and rally on May 1st, in which is May Day. The labor councils out here are putting on a large march and rally to support immigration reform as well as some other labor issues. So I decided that that was where I was going to focus my interests on. I wanted to help support these two causes. It was something very tangible that I could say, here's what you can do to get involved. I wanted to get the community participating and know that they could make a difference. I decided that I was going to make a flyer. You'll see this in an upcoming slide. And that I wanted to go out and actually share this with the community. After reading through this book, which is one of the books that we were supposed to originally get for this class, I found it really helpful as they described ways to get people to participate. They named three main ways, one being face-to-face, another being phone calls, and another being writing letters or emails. The highest ratio of success was through the face-to-face, and I felt like this is a population that I really want to get to know better. So what better way than to actually go out and meet them, step outside of my comfort zone a little bit, and show them that my support is there and that they can also make a big difference. So after making my flyer, I found a list of 8 churches in the Mission District of San Francisco, which is near where I live. The Mission District is known for being, has a large Latino population. So I decided to go there. I searched for churches that had Spanish-speaking services so that I would know there would be a large Spanish-speaking population at that church. So one Saturday, my husband and I took him as my translator, took the bus over there, and we decided to walk to each church. And I was able to go into the offices and introduce myself, tell them a little bit about why I was there, and give out some of my flyers. I tried to give each church about 5 and let them know I was happy if they wanted to copy it. They could distribute it however they liked. And there was a website on there if they needed, or anybody in their congregation needed more information. While walking into the churches and meeting people, it was really interesting to get to meet different people with different views and different stories to tell. One of the more powerful experiences throughout all of this was getting to introduce myself, tell them why I was there, and then have people open up to me and tell me how they felt and how the current immigration system had affected their lives. There were no great positive stories, but a lot of people were highly motivated by this opportunity that Congress is making right now with the inclusive immigration reform bill. So a lot of hope, but very emotionally charged folks were very interested in this. So it felt very good to get out there and meet with them. So my next goal is on May 1st to attend the rally that's happening. I'm very excited. Now that I've been to one, I want to go to more. And then after that, I'll actually be done with this class at that point, which means I will have my evenings back and I can spend some more time actually volunteering. So I'd like to become an active member in the organization. So those are my next goals for this project. I appreciate your time listening and look forward to seeing everybody else's presentations. Thanks so much.